Hello, hello. In this video, we're going to talk about how to increase your value as an employee to make a six-figure salary. Stay tuned. All right, the first thing I'm going to get you to do is ask yourself right now how much value you are contributing in your organization. So, how much is your salary now, and how much value are you adding? Are you adding the maximum amount of value possible that you can for that position? That's where I want you to get really clear, because it's going to start by you understanding very clearly the value that you are contributing. And there's no reason why, if you're not right now or you don't feel that you are, that you can't be contributing $100,000 worth of value per year. It's not difficult to do. Ask yourself where you're at right now. Are you contributing the amount of value that is aligned with that? Or are you contributing more? And are you contributing the maximum amount of value that you can in your current position? Secondly, what are your beliefs about the amount of money that you can make? What are you basing it on? So most people are basing it on what's already been done in their, what the average salary is for their position. They might go to the payscale.com or look at the market value for the salaries, basing it on what's already being paid. And that's a start, but it is an arbitrary number that was made up. So really, it's in the amount of value that you give is the amount of money that you can confidently ask for. It's simple as that. And you can learn how, if you're not right now, either create that amount of value or more, or learn how to articulate it very clearly, understanding it yourself first, and then being able to communicate it so that it's very clear the value that you're contributing and why you are asking for more to collect more money. A lot of people think that it's hours that we're paid for, like an hourly rate, and that's how much money we should be paid. It's money equals time, but that's not true. Value, in fact, equals money. So if you figured out how to contribute the same amount of value in half the amount of hours, you've essentially given yourself a raise. You've essentially doubled your income because you figured that out, right? So I'll give you an example. Say somebody hires somebody to write a sales page for them, and this person's very experienced at writing sales pages, and they are very good at doing this, and it takes them maybe an hour to write it. Let's just say, for example, right? But that sales page generates $100,000 versus another person. It might take them 20 hours to write it. But if they're not producing that result of that sales page producing $100,000, then that 20 hours is nothing compared to the value that hour contributed from someone else who knew how to produce that result from it. Sometimes we think that the more time we spend on something, the more hours that we work, the more value we're contributing. But that's not always the case. And it actually turns out that when we contribute too many hours, we work long hours and we're staying after work and we're burning the candle at both ends, we're actually contributing less value. There's a diminishing return there, because our brain can only function at a high level for a certain amount of time before it burns out and it's less effective. Also, honestly, the person paying you doesn't care how much time you spent doing something. They only care about the result that they're going to get from the work you did. If you figure out how to do it more efficiently in less time, then that is more valuable than you spending 20 hours to do it. An example of this is, say the dentist is going to pull your tooth out and they say that it can either take 10 hours or it can take 3 minutes. What would you pay more for? A very long, drawn out tooth extraction because it took longer, or a very, very quick tooth extraction? Probably the short one is worth a lot more money, right? He's going to, if he's like, yeah, I'll do it. It'll be super quick. It won't hurt at all, versus it's going to take a really, really long time. And it's going to be very, very painful. The amount of hours spent doing something does not equal more value. So it's more about your brain and how you are using it in order to create a result that the employer wants. And when you are able to use your brain to create results faster, more effectively, that is when you get to ask for more money unapologetically, because they're going to be happy to pay you that. So the question you want to be asking is, how can I create the most value in my position? And what would I need to do in order for the person paying me to say, I'm happy to pay you more for that? What's the answer to that question? And then lastly, what is the amount of money that you want to make? Oftentimes we're deciding it based upon what we think is possible, what the average is, what has been done in the past, right? But those numbers are completely made up. They're completely arbitrary. What you want to be asking is, how much money do you want to make? What do you want your salary to be? So say it's 100,000 or in the six-figure range. What do you want your salary to be? And then you ask, how do you develop yourself into the person who can contribute that value? And then talk about it in a way that is compelling and a no-brainer for somebody to say, yes, of course I want to pay you for that. When can you start? And that is what I help you do. So my name is Natalie Fisher. I'm a certified career mindset coach. I'm helping people get to six figures if they haven't already. I've worked with many people who are already at six figures and want to increase, or people who want to get to that six-figure range. If you're interested in learning more from me, you can click the link below. I have a free training called 5 Steps to a Six-Figure Job You Love. And I'm going to be teaching you how to think about yourself in the way of becoming that person who creates the value of a six-figure employee or whatever the number is that you want to make. And then we work to create that value so that you can then talk about it and showcase it effortlessly. And then how you're going to act and show up in interviews when you're talking about it. So if you'd like to learn more from me, click that link below to get that free training. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more videos about money and how to make six figures. And I will see you next week for another video.